How are we all today? We have got a 2017 Vauxhall Astra 1.6 CDTI behind me, and no, it's not having a timing chain. Well, I don't know yet, but it might be in time. But it has come to us, it has travelled a little bit of a distance, and it's got a little bit of an oil leak. This video is only going to be short because it's just a quick fix. I'm led to believe that this car's had 2 oil coolers on it because it's leaking oil. Now, as you can see on the bottom of the sump here, it is absolutely saturated in oil, and if we just put the camera up there now, you can see that that is a relatively new oil cooler. If you have a look, it's not too bright. You can see it dripping off the bottom of it.
Yes, Steve.
Even though it looks suspicious, that is not the leak. I'm going to show you where it's coming from right now. Now, to show you this part, what I'm going to have to do is get me screen up on my phone like that. Look how that's cool. And I'm going to have to try and put this camera now up so you can see it. Now, I will put a little ring round it. Oh, it's so hard to do, this is. But it is right by there, and if you can see the oil, if I bring the camera back, the oil is dripping down the block, collecting at the top of the oil cooler and gathering right down the bottom here and making it look like the oil cooler is leaking. Right, now just to show you, try and show you a little bit better, I've put my little boroscope on it. I don't know whether you can see. That's a bit better, isn't it? If I pull the camera back, you can see the oil staining right down the block. But it is that one there that is leaking. Can I go in a little bit closer to it and show you? Wow. There we go. Can you see it leaking? Right, let's get it off. Now what I've had to do is just remove the plug off the fuel pump, which is by there, just to gain access to that sensor itself. Now, you ain't gonna believe this, even if I told you. I was expecting the sensor to be leaking itself, but it's actually finger tight. Yeah, it's finger tight. Can't believe that, that's shocking. Right, well, with that switch removed, I have ordered a brand new one. But what I'm going to do is, it's nice and clean. I'm just going to give it a bit of a chance, and I'm going to put it back in and tighten it up and give everything a cleaner rooney. Right, now I've gone ahead and I've fitted that old switch back to the engine, and we've cleaned everything down with a bit of brake and clutch cleaner and a little bit of an airline as best as we can. As you can see, it is nice and dry there. Now, the subframe, it's got a little bit of oil on it, but we're not going to be too worried about that. As long as it's not dripping, it's going to add a little bit of protection in the long run to that subframe, so we're going to leave that. Yeah, right, let's get it started up and get it up to temperature. Now I've got the vehicle back down to working height. Before we go getting on the key and giving it a big start rooney, what we're going to do is go ahead and just make sure that the oil level is perfect. Right, now this car has been ticking over on the ramp for probably best part of an hour and a half sort of thing, because I've had lots of other little things going on. But new air conditioning machine has turned up, so we're happy now. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4 YF. So yeah, let's get back round to this engine, and it all looks pretty much bone dry up there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the car off the ramp and we're going to take it down the road for a bit of a test drive and see how it goes, because ticking over is completely different to being driven. I'm fairly confident that that oil pressure switch was the root cause of it, especially with it being finger tight. Right, well, I've been for a little bit of a test drive in this Astra, and the sun's bright. It's because I'm outside in the ramp. The outside ramp rather than the inside, because I've got stuff on my ramp in there. I've got a Volkswagen in there having some wiring issues and stuff. Can I flip it around? Wiring, ABS and one thing and another. But let's get back to this Astra. Like I said, we've been for a good test drive. The car has been ticking over for quite some time, and everything is nice and dry. Now, all along, did this car actually need the other 2 oil coolers that were fitted to it, or was it that oil pressure switch? Now, I don't know whether I've mentioned in the video, but there is an upper and a lower oil pressure on these. Lower, upper, ours was the upper, but I am picking a brand new sensor up for it in the morning, because it's been leaking. You know, I wouldn't like to give it the customer back knowing it could be faulty, but it's not leaking now, if that makes sense. With me, it's either done right or it's not done at all, but I'm fairly confident that that is now fixed. Right, now with that Astra sorted, I can carry on with other stuff. I'm not going to be doing a video on this one, but it's for a few MOT repairs, bottom ball joints, and also an ABS fault, which it has been repaired previously. So what I'm going to have to do is go to the scrapyard, cut it off there, and join it up. But yeah. Oh, can't believe that's just broke off. How crusty their wires are. No wonder it had a fault. Going back to the Astra, I've got bloody oil all over my head now. Fixed is fixed, right? It's not leaking. So yeah, I'm going to get a new sensor put on that in the morning now. We can get in contact with the customer and let them know that it is all sorted. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Anyway, let's get it sent.